holographic choir scream. The Inquisitor's interference has kindled this bloom, causing it to spread with a virulence previously unseen.
Our astropaths have augured entirely new strains taking root, different from the putrid phage we've seen before.
Objection. We are not equipped for a protracted campaign.
I have already requisitioned further support from Grandmaster Kai. In the meantime, we are the only force in the region capable of contending with this threat. As for our companion...
Inquisitor Vakia is meditating within the Libris.
Hiding, more like.
Perhaps you would both benefit from a moment in the contemplation chamber.
If you would give me leave, Commander, I would attend to our Inquisitor personally.
Nav servitors are cogitating.
Commander, Dominus, Purifier. Ah, the things I've learned.
Order is eroding, Inquisitor, yet you sound ecstatic.
You misread me, Knight. What we did was necessary. I am simply eager to move forward.
Forward? We face the destruction of this sector.
That conclusion is uncertain.
Yes, exactly. Listen to the venerable tech priest. We can't waste time lamenting a few minor setbacks.
Setbacks? Do you have any idea what
What our intrusion did was awaken the bloom's germinating seeds. While this may have had the side effect of activating new strains of the bloom, we have disrupted the plague god's plans.
Pure speculation. You exalt your carelessness as a triumph.
This conversation vector is unproductive.
I will speak more directly then, for the warriors among us. Your Grandmaster Kai had it right in one respect. The bloom is quite similar to other plagues of Nurgle we've encountered. What is unique is the vector through which it spreads.
And that is?
Reapers. Powerful demons, incubated within the heart of that craft world. Each possesses a unique seed of immeasurable foulness. A prime seed, which carries a unique strain of the virus. The warp energy required to properly birth such demonic force into our space would be massive, but my intervention disturbed them before they were fully mature. That leaves them vulnerable.
How can you be so certain?
When I touched the Infinity Circuit, its avatar stirred for a moment, sharing a crucial insight. These Reapers can travel the arcane networks of the Eldari to spread this plague to different solar systems. We have already seen the results. Once a Reaper seeds a planet, the bloom festers and grows until our prognosticars detect its presence, often too late for us to effectively intervene.
Contention. Bloom activity appears localized. Why would they not spread to all corners of the galaxy?
You make an excellent point, Dominus. I do not believe spreading this virus is the final goal. The Avatar spoke of the Morbus, an event of apocalyptic implications. 5 Reapers to open 5 charred gates. Then the Morbus will come.
And you would have us trust this Xenos delusion?
The Avatar was weak but uncorrupted. Revenge is a motive crossing all genetic boundaries.
You have a point. I suppose you also have a plan.
Yes. Destroy the 5 Reapers. Without them, the bloom cannot spread.
Challenge. The Baleful Edict cannot travel the Eldari webway.
No, we cannot. I will need a tool to track them by their sickly psychic stench.
Impractical. We possess no artifact capable of detecting such profane spiritual resonance.
Are you so certain? A shard of Wraithbone. Pried from the Infinity Circuit that incubated the very evil we now face. I can bind the bloom seeds to this vessel and hunt the foul Reapers by their psychic scent.
Corrupt energies, xenoarchaeotech. Inquisitor, You stand on the precipice of heresy.
No, we stand on the precipice of victory, Ektar. Would you honestly prefer we defy the direct orders of your chapter lord?
No, but I will be watching you, human.
Spare me your preening, knight. Once I forge this tool, Codex Toxicus, will fall upon these reapers with the wrath of the God Emperor himself.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Warhammer 40,000's Chaos Gate Daemonhunters with me, Core. And if you didn't join us for the last episode, I would absolutely recommend that you do so. It was a doozy. I mean, I got nothing else to say. This was the very first boss. We fought a demon lord of Nurgle. We found that our chapter master was still alive, which, I mean, we kind of already knew. I learned about a meme. Apparently, he has literally eaten a son, and he will bring home the ham. So that's fun. But aside from that, we were able to make it through with no critical injuries. So I'm very happy about that. We also didn't use any of our stratagems, so there's kind of a lesson to be learned in that. Hey, use your resources. They're there for a reason, kind of thing. But regardless of that, let's go ahead and go over the timeline here, and we'll get moving. So 90% of the timeline is wounds. We unfortunately got wounds on Harn and Iolanthus, light wounds on Estrius and Bosk, and other than that, we have a lot of our other troopers coming back here very, very soon. We have a stratagem researched in about 9 days. We have the augmentation chamber done in 21 days, and our next Grandmaster report is done in 60 days. If we look here, we can see that there are quite a few different areas now that we have unlocked. So this used to be the extent of the map, as well as, I want to say this over here. We now have access to many, many more, as well as different colors of bloom. So we are stuck with the green. We have access to other colors now, and not currently, but very shortly, we will have access to upgrades in the form of these purity seals, which is super nice. We don't have any of the required, disease strains, but we can get that over time. We can start to upgrade our weapons, and I mean, look at this Psy Cannon that we got here on the last round. 6 damage, 10 range. You can upgrade it with 4 more range, and a blast of area 4, dealing 6 damage. You can upgrade that to 4. Or wait, what am I talking about? Area of 3. You get to upgrade it to 4. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I'm just excited. And then also pretty soon, we'll get access to some of the new advanced classes, which I think are Purifier, Paladin, Librarian, and Chaplain, if I recall correctly. So, very, very cool. Excited to see where that goes. But let's go ahead and touch on the abilities, since we already looked at this. So, for Estrius, we have 2 options that I'd like to consider. The first is getting into the support fire discipline, which is super nice because that allows him to potentially do up to 5 damage for free once a turn, and then once you upgrade this, twice a turn, which is incredible. Alternatively, we could continue going down the melee discipline and just turn him into a crit machine. Now, I think we're going to do both. We're actually going to get the melee discipline and the support fire discipline, but I don't know which to start with. And I'm thinking that since we're already in the melee discipline, we can get Ruthless Precision, which is super nice. And then additionally, we can get another 10% crit for a total of 15. And if we turn that over, that's 45% base crit on these blades here. And on top of that, if we go out to his loadout here with the falchions, we get an additional 20% crit chance on the 4 strike, and an additional 10% on the generic crit strike. So that could boost him over 55% easily, which is just amazing. That's absolutely bonkers. So, other than that, the other knight that we have here is Bosk. And I think Bosk is pretty much done with where we want him right now. He doesn't have any autos that I'm aware of. No? Yeah, no autos at this time. So we'll save this for a little bit later at some point. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into the ranged discipline, and we're going to make use of that Psy Cannon here. So this will be the Psychic Onslaught discipline. which gives additional damage, area, and also a rapid reload. So at that point, we'll probably pick up that enduring reflexes. But for now, let's go ahead and pick the crit damage and ranged weapon ammo. We also like the return fire, so we'll probably pick that up as well. 50% chance to shoot back at an enemy automatically. But for right now, I think this is going to be important. Well, we can't even get it right now, but still. Let's go ahead and confirm that promotion. And then, do we have anyone else? No, we don't. Now, I think the next step is to just go ahead and see what the next event is. So, we'll see you there. Well, that didn't take long.
Storms barrage the edict's surface.
We didn't even get out of here. That's disappointing. Very unlucky. Oh well. We'll see you when we get to the next event. Alrighty, and the next event here is our research project being completed here. If we go into the research menu, we do have a lot more unlocked at this point. And you can start to see that we have different requirements now. So, for example, this is the red bloom seed. We also have the blue, and this one requires one of all. I think for right now, we're just going to start with this Tides of Escalation, giving us additional willpower on a warp surge. Since those warp surges are inevitable, there's no reason to not take advantage of it as much as we can. Since we already have plenty of stratagems right now, I am going to be looking into, I want to say, High Sanctuary at some point, once we can get some of the yellow bloom seed, because that's going to be very, very nice. 3 armor for 5 turns, that is a huge boon. And it lasts far longer than, for example, the Quicksilver with 2 AP for 1 Grey Knight. So, let's go ahead and get that. And then the next thing should be in 12 days, assuming we don't get submissions here.
Warning. A large-scale anomaly approaches our coordinates.
Analysis?
Processing. Intermittent heat sources identified. Without active signal patterns, current theory suggests a space hulk. If so, there is a high probability of valuable archaeotech on board.
A fascinating possibility. There could be weapons, something we might use.
While I appreciate the academic interest, this risks being a significant distraction from our mission. I would advise we destroy the object from a safe distance and be done with it.
All right. So, given the fact that our hull integrity is at 2 out of 3, and our gun batteries and void shields are only at level 1, I really don't want to open fire on it. We could avoid it, but I don't know if that's going to be damaging to us. It seems like we're in a little bit of a lull period after that first boss, so I think we're going to send the knights to investigate. I'm assuming that they're going to get some light or moderate wounds, and we'll go from there.
Excellent. Let us see what your brothers can find.
All right, so Bors and Rugen got wounded. Thule and Rao got light wounds. We also got construction speed up and 2 requisition. So very nice. Unfortunately, we don't have any servitors to make use of that, but hey, no big deal, right? And so then at this point, we do get the additional 1 servitor per 5 days. So maybe we can start to take use of that. I'm very happy about that. We have 3 right now, which is not going to be useful to us at this point. So yeah, let's go ahead and skip by that.
To sit on our hands while the bloom spreads unchallenged.
There we go. Nice. A spreading mission. Interesting. Okay, so we could go here. Oh, we're not going to, so it doesn't really matter where we go. We can choose 1 mission. So, oh. Cutscene.
New mutations. The threat is magnified, Inquisitor.
I grow weary of your self-righteousness, Ektar. Ah, Commander. As predicted, the bloom is mutating. New and potent strains now plague the sector.
5 distinct strains.
We have already encountered the bloom I've called Poxus, the strain of disease. The infected do not perish, but are cursed with a blight that molders even into their minds. This one I name Mortis, the strain of death. This noxious mutation annihilates entire populations before tearing the dead from their graves. Here is the bloom necrosis, the strain of decay. It binds itself to all things living and mechanical, rotting all it touches. Here we have the bloom dolorous, the strain of agony. It emits a compound that inflicts hysterical delusions and nightmarish torment on its sufferers. Last and most insidious, the bloom tentarus, the strain of growth. This malady corrupts the purity of the human form with powerful mutations. A corrupt gift from the plague god.
Your taxonomy has been enlightening, Inquisitor, but the bloom continues to spread as we dither in details. We must respond at once.
All right, so Bloomspawn detected 3 new missions here. Let's see. So, as we have discussed previously, based on the Chapter Master's orders, we now get additional Grey Knights as mission rewards, which is going to be super nice. So looking at first off the objectives, Bloomspawn, 2, no grenades, 1, we get an Apothecary, and access to a Tier 3 Stormbolter. That's kind of nice. Tier 2 Falchions, a Rank 4 Justicar, Rank 1 Power Armor, and a Servo Skull of some kind. I don't even think we can get there. Yeah, we can't. So, as nice as this would be, irrelevant. So, then the other option here is spreading the bloom, and we can't get there in time. Oh, no, we can. Okay, perfect. So, looking at this, though, oh, geez, I don't quite know what we should do here, because this is going to start to spread everywhere. So, we get 3 bloom spawn versus 2. A dangerous thing. Okay, well, let's see. Bloom spawn spreader +2. No grenades. We get an interceptor, which is really nice. We like interceptors. A tier 2 Stormbolter, tier 1 Narthecium, power armor, servo skull, and option for a purgator. So objectively, this is probably my preferred option, but I think we have to go here. We have to make that decision. So let's go ahead and do that. Research is complete. Then I think the next one that we wanted to get was bloom suppression. Yeah, minus 10% warp surge per turn. So that stacks on that 5%. We can go down even further to 15%. I don't know if that is 5% goes up to 15%, goes up to 30%. I don't think so. I wouldn't think that would be the case, but I could be wrong. Either way, let's hope that there's not anything crazy that's going to be kicking us while we're down here, because we are a little bit injured. We do have some guys coming back in here, but for right now, we got to take a look at this. So this is going to be yellow bloom seeds. Necrosis. So the favored mutations for necrosis are armor bonuses, and the warp surges tend to negate attacks and defenses. We don't have any access to what they have here, as our Augurium is not equipped to deal with that. And then I think we can win without grenades. We can definitely do that. So let's go ahead and drop Iolanthus out. You actually are at light wounds now, I believe, which is nice. But I still think we should start training up our other guys as well. We may want to bring in Gannis. We could even take some time to upgrade his equipment as well. That might not be a bad idea. So let's bring you. Harn, I think, is just fine, but we will give you the tier 2 armor.
An indulgence, perhaps, but it will fortify the spirit of our brothers.
Ah, there we go. So we can definitely upgrade now. In this case, we have 45 pox seeds, so let's go ahead and upgrade the resistance here to a maximum of 30 plus. Very nice. We can't upgrade these guys yet, which is fine. And I wonder if we can do anything with your warding stave. Blue, blue, and red. Nope. Not at this time. Narthecium? No, we don't have a Narthecium. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, well, let's go ahead and leave you as is for right now. We will be bringing in Boss. and equipping you with that tier 3 psi cannon. Can't upgrade that, unfortunately. Still terrifying in and of itself. And you're equipped with double grenades, so maybe we don't want to bring in Bosk. Maybe we could bring in a double interceptor. No, I think the value of a Purgator is just too strong. So maybe what we could do is we could bring in Thule. He's level 3, so giving him this mission would be an opportunity to improve his abilities. Since we're not running with grenades, we get the option of bringing in the Extractor or the Medicae Servo Skull. And in this case, we probably don't need to really do anything. Maybe we bring in the Sacred Incense, or alternatively, because he's already low on HP, we may just want to bring in this Nullifier Matrix, and in that way give him a little bit more tankiness. So that, I want to say, gives him, 5 armor, so very, very strong. We can also probably give him this tier 1 armor in order to just buff him up a little bit, give him 14 health instead. And then lastly, we will have Derrig Estrius. Maybe Estrius should get the tier 2 armor with immunity to plague. I think actually that's probably the best way to do that. Anywho, for him, we have the Domina Liber Demonica, as we saw. That's good. We like that. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. Other than that, though, let's see. So we do have 5 requisition. Might be worth taking a look at the Sinskin gloves that he has. So additional war gear versus resistance and immune to weakened and disabled melee, as well as 2 health. That might not be bad, actually. Alternatively, so this has 10 crit. We could bring another equipment slot, which could be the Liber Demonica, which could improve his crit chances as well. Perhaps we'll do that for right now. Alternatively, I think I gotta go with the resistance and the immunity to weaken and disable melee. We've dealt with that before, and it seriously hurt. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. Use some of those seeds, and we'll trade you out for the Liber Demonica. That gives you 25% crit as well as 2+ crit damage. Now, since we're building crit, I do need to check. No, there's no extra crit aside from this weapon. We should consider also looking into tier 2 of the Officio Assassinorum stuff. So either way, I think we're pretty much set. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Teleportarium. Thule and Harn are both injured, but they're going to be okay. Harn is going to be kind of running low with 12 out of the 16 that he's supposed to have, but other than that, everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and upgrade Estrius's Storm Bolter here. Anything that we would want. I think the rapid reload is going to be just fine. So we are taking a minor weakness, in my opinion, by trading out the armor-piercing silencer for the Psi Cannon, but I think this is overall going to be far more useful to us. So, anywho, all right, guys, that's where we are. Let's go ahead and see you in the mission. Alrighty, guys, and welcome to the mission. Let's see what we're going to do here. So, if we look in this corner of the map, we have the Bloom spawn, and then the spreader has to be somewhere. Ah, right at the heart of the temple. Okay. I'm not really digging the approaches here. Doesn't look like... Oh, no. Oh, we have quite an open area here. So let's go ahead and try to kill the Bloom spawn first. Does look like it is a key objective here. And it is... Actually, no. No, actually, our only goal is to kill the Bloom spawn spreader. Perhaps we can just ignore the Bloom spawn, but it does say objective. Either way, the one with the time limit is the Bloom spawn spreader, so let's go ahead and move towards that. This will be the first mission that I've played in this campaign of this type, and to be honest with you, I don't necessarily remember anything from any previous campaign with this. It's been so long.
Ready for battle.
Okay, interesting. So first set of reinforcements is right there. So Let's see. I don't know how we quite want to engage on this. I think it'd be safe to say, though, that we've definitely learned that there are a lot more difficult enemies to handle at this point in time. It does look like they are going to start coming over to us, which is nice. Maybe we want to get in a good spot here.
Advancing.
This may... Yeah, okay. So it does...
We heard you coming.
Alright, the bell. The bell. I have been warned of the bell.
Threat identified.
Oh man, if only we had grenades. We could just kill 2 of them right now. Oh, darn it. The Valorous Deed has screwed me. And these guys have a ton of armor. Wondering what that's all about.
Another foul seed.
Alright, so let's see. You have a Tox Flamer. You have the Crack Grenade and Melt-A-Gun. And then you are your own brand of terrifying with Toxin of Misery, Cover Shot, and a Plasma Pistol. Okay? Well, that's not ideal. None of this is ideal, but that's okay. So let's move you up. You have the additional armor. And can you shoot anyone? No, you can't. But you can hold an Overwatch if you so choose. Not be a bad idea, actually. Perhaps. Let's give it a shot. You may still actually be in cover, which would be nice. I am not entirely certain on that, but regardless. Let's see. You are immune to something, right? You're immune to... Oh, you have no resistance. But you're unaffected by psychic abilities, which... Scourging is a psychic class. So maybe we just cut through some of that armor with the bleed. How nice that we brought an Eversword onto the mission. Alright, and we need to remember also that in the case of a Tox Flamer, we do have Endurance Biomancy, which is only 1 willpower and purifies. So that's going to be super nice. This will be the first time that we've ever actually had something like that, which is great. I think we'll move Estrius down here. That will distract them a little bit. I would hope they don't toss a crack grenade at it, but they could very well. And then we can teleport onto them in the next turn. As far as you are concerned, we'll just move you into cover. And then you... Maybe the same? I don't know, I feel like putting you here would be much too damaging. We do want to keep our guys spread out a little bit to avoid any silence that's coming out here. See, maybe we just drop here with the Aegis
Activated.
and end the turn. Yeah, I think so.
Advancing.
Okay, so you did a cover shot. No, you didn't even do a cover shot. You just shot at it. There's also the Toxin of Misery, which dealt 2 damage and silenced our Eversword, which is, I mean, great for us. Alright, Plagued on him. And he also has Drained. That's not great.
Securing position.
Crack Grenade. Takes out your armor. Oh, there's another set of reinforcements. Oh, geez, that's not great. And we're going up 35% per turn. That's phenomenal.
At your service.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and come in here.
With alacrity.
We can take out your Melt-A-Gun with the Hammerhand ability. Which is Very good. We could Aegis shield you, or we could alternatively just Force Strike it. Force Strike gives us 5 damage and additional crit. That may be worthwhile, actually. What do you have in terms of bleed? You have 2 damage of bleed, which if we give you an additional 5, or additional 3 for 5 in total, that would still leave you alive, unfortunately. So let's just go ahead and go for that. We'll get the bleed off anyway. Very nice. And we might be able to bring our Eversor over. Oh no, you have another attack. Oh, that's amazing. All right, and you kill.
You have been judged.
That's even better. Could we Neurogauntlet you? We could. So that incapacitates you, keeping you away from us, not doing any crazy stuff here. And incapacitate, just as a reminder, cannot act. So this is different than what we had in our last mission, which was Torpor, which is immobilized. So immobilized, you cannot move. Incapacitated, you cannot act, which is great. We like that. All right, Thule is also silenced. And our guys are taking a beating here. So you can do damage.
Yes, sir.
We move you here. You will be able to do your maximum damage, but apparently you can aim at them. You just can't hit them.
Unleash me.
Let's do this.
Kneel.
We'll take out this guy with Force Strike. Bring back that willpower.
Executed.
And then I suppose that we just... I mean, attack? What's the chance of crit? 5%? Yeah, but we don't do anything with the Psychic Onslaught. So, I mean, I guess that's pretty much all. Yeah? I mean, I guess you could eviscerate. Is there even such value? If you do Needler, that gives you bleed of 3 and neurotoxin, but you're not really that affected by it anyway. We could do Satchel Fiend, but at the same time, you're not going to be doing any damage anyway, so. Let's just do this. And that gives the option of crit, but we didn't get it. That's okay, though. And if we do this, we can actually hurt.
To the enemy. I take
Quite a bit.
all comers.
Even more if we get the crit off, which we didn't, but that's okay. Alright, let's see what the Warp Surge brings. A zone that disables ranged weapons. Wow. And they just select all of our knights. That's inconvenient. Okay.
What is your will?
Well, either way, let's go ahead and medicate you. That'll purify you. I mean, realistically, our ranged weapons going down is not a big deal. Are you still bleeding? Yeah, you're bleeding for 2 per turn.
Yes!
Because we want to give you this kill so that you can heal. And then we can eviscerate. It's going to cost a little bit, but you also take a lot of resilience off this. So, hey, look at that. Ranged attacks are disabled, but that doesn't stop us. All right. Now, there was a set of reinforcements coming in from the backside here. I believe they must have gone over here somewhere. So they'll probably turn up at some point in the future.
Your command.
Either way, everybody needs to move through here. And odds are we have a set of reinforcements there.
What is your will?
No surprise on that. As much as I hate to say it, we probably just want to play super safe.
Now.
Come around maybe from this side, we can engage. And by doing so, give us the option to let that ranged blockage fall off.
Run them down.
Oh. There's 4 of them. That's not good. Okay, tossed a crack grenade. Didn't do any damage, which is good. That's a perfect scourging opportunity if I've ever seen one. Okay. So then,
Your command?
let's see. What can you
Right
do for
blade
me?
is commander.
Can you attack this far? Yes, you can.
Fall before his will.
We do need to keep an eye on the willpower.
I strike true.
We already used it once this turn. Too bad. So sad.
Yes, commander.
Alright, and you guys can't use your ranged attacks. Which is lovely. But at least you can teleport, so that's a positive. That is a positive here. I would love to use Friends on Stems. And then you can get out of there. That does quite a bit of damage. So Friends on does 4 bleed, and you guys are bleeding. That would be 7 per turn. So then 7 plus 6, 13. 13. This would kill these guys in 2 turns, which would be incredibly valuable. However, you would also need to survive, which is not great.
Estrius.
Okay, Estrius though. So if you attacked here, you can't hit both. That's so disappointing. Okay. No worries there. If we teleport, we can get you over here, but at the same time, that won't stop.
Your orders. Your orders?
Perhaps we go over here and give warp speed biomancy.
This will steal your mind, brother.
And it might be a great opportunity to use Quicksilver as well. So you currently have 3 willpower available to you.
What is your
What we could
will?
do is we could use you
Once.
as a sacrificial lamb here, as we did give you that additional buff, and you can't do much of anything else, unfortunately.
Yes.
We need to take down the crack grenade guy. That much I know for a fact. So let's do the satchel thing. You're already like suffering real hard here, so. What do you are the flamer, so. Having more and more respect for the flamer here. Okay. Ah, shoot, we did this wrong. In terms of
Yes,
extracting,
Commander.
we can't extract anymore. It's fine.
Unleash me.
We are able to get your Overwatch cleared out, which would allow Estrius to come in. And we may want to Quicksilver this too. Also, I'm assuming that we're not going to be able to move up here without triggering some other set of reinforcements, unless this is the reinforcements. That would be super lucky. Let's go ahead and hit you. Ah, nice. A stun. Or not a stun, excuse me, a crit. That allows us to disable that ranged weapon entirely. And then if we can get you out of here, that would be so nice. Hope that doesn't trigger anything.
Must attack.
Nice. And it does not. So then the only option is, or the only question is, what do we do here? So this takes 2 AP, which would be the same as teleporting and using an AP there. I do certainly wish I could hit more with you. But such is the way. Let's go ahead and hit this because you are already bleeding. Now that opens up a little bit of cover here. And then if we gave you Quicksilver, that would allow you to do some good work here. I just don't know if that's enough. In fact, I don't think it is, and we're just going to hide. Alright, let's see what they have in store. Melt-A-Gun. Ow. A lot of bleed damage, though. We like that.
They won't know what hit them.
Hazard spray on that. But you die from the bleed.
He will rise again.
Right. Do I parry it? Nope, I don't parry it. Unfortunately.
We'll kill you.
But massive amounts of bleed. And we take a little bit of damage from that. That's okay.
Yes. Again! Again!
Overwatch from the remaining bolt gun. Let's go ahead and try and kill this guy.
Fall!
Nice.
I will defile your corpse. Ready to kill.
So you could immediately eviscerate.
My blade
Can you
is
shoot?
yours.
Yes, you can.
We bring death.
Alright, crit came off. Nice. So that'll give the Eversor healing on this.
Need a die.
Perfect. And
no
then
demon shall avoid its fate.
oh darn. Well,
Standing ready.
I suppose we could do that. And let's get the stun off on this, just to clean up and pick up that poxy.
Another
I suppose it's
seed
not
planted.
poxied, is it?
Moving.
Let's go ahead and get this as well.
Unleash me.
But what just? Oh, I guess that's a thing. I didn't realize. Huh. Alrighty then. You can shoot.
Take all comers. Feel my wrath.
And then let's give Thule this kill. He does need to be leveled up a little bit.
Targets destroyed.
Alright, it's perfect. Perfect. Everybody, let's get moving.
Will.
We don't have that long.
Your command.
We need to keep an eye on our Eversor. He is getting pretty low. And, oh man, if he dies, he's going up in flames. And we don't like that. Alright, so I think what we're going to do, though, is we are probably going to do Warp Speed Biomancy. And then rush in with our Eversor. And then go for the Gate of Infinity play with Quicksilver. Probably Estrius with his massive amount of crits. And well, I think that we are going to be able to do the same thing that we do with the Bloom Spawn missions. Although if we don't, you guys are never going to see this anyway. So there is that. There is that. And let's see what the Warp Surge brings out. -1 max HP. That is okay. I think the only person that hasn't taken any damage is Aegir Harn, actually. Good for him.
What is your
He only
will?
has 11 HP, though. That's not ideal. Oh, we do not have enough for Warp Speed Biomancy. Okay. That's fine. Well then.
A target.
Let's make a move.
The unfaithful are here. Ready yourselves. They can't see me.
Throne of the Emperor.
All
that
right.
one's massive.
We will not be daunted. Brothers, destroy that thing before the demons surround you.
Oh, jeez. That's like right there. Okay. Well, what does this guy do? Range 14, 6 damage, random 2-turn affliction. Oh, that's phenomenal. Unit gains 5 armor and 2 blast damage for each feculent gnarlmaw. What is a feculent gnarlmaw? I don't see one. Either way, let's gate it. All right. Oh, that's a bloom spawn. Huh. That'd be nice. You actually able to get there? Yes, you are.
Commander.
Okay. So if we Psychic Onslaught, that's going to do some tremendous damage. Takes 2 willpower and 2 ammo. Kills one of them. I think that's probably our best bet here. Because we could do that, but it's not going to hit. However, ooh, check this out. That does a lot. That actually does quite a bit.
To the enemy.
And then we do have enough to run that a second time if we wanted. You have, what, 6 HP, 7, 2, 9, 2. So if we gave you Quicksilver, you'd be able to do that. However,
Service.
oh, that's so disappointing that it put you right at the worst spot. Huh. All right, well, let's see. What is your precision target? I'm assuming just 2 plus damage. Yeah, it's fine.
Harn.
Let's extract with the servo skull.
Seed extracted.
Perfect. Now you are still hanging out. Are you immune? You are immune to all afflictions. Okay, that's what I assumed. I just forgot about that. We could Satraphine it. Cannot target large units, though. I'm thinking killing Rampage might be valuable here. 1 damage with all abilities. Alright, that brings you down to 7. And if we attack here, we'll be able to do 2 attacks.
Yes, yes, yes!
Such an inconvenient area. Okay. Remember, though, we still have Quicksilver. And we can do damage here. See, are you demonic? I want to say you are demonic, yes? And you may have the bolter with +1 damage to demonic, which is nice. So that gives you 15 plus bleed, afflicting pin, not helpful. Huh. What weirdness is this? You can't actually go through. Well, either way then, let's go ahead and kill you, as that's kind of what we got to do. No, we don't. We don't actually.
Opening fire.
We do this.
Hold strong! Keep your faith!
Do the melee with a force strike. and then I can almost guarantee that we can get this by giving Quicksilver to our guy
What is
here.
your will? Your orders? Your orders.
If we crit, that is 7 damage in total.
Your
Plus
end
2.
is near.
Which is great. And then we can kill him with the 4 strikes, so 65% damage. And we still don't finish it. All right, whatever. Estrius, do your
Excellent work, my
diligence.
brothers. Commander, you have done well today.
Mercy in death.
Okay, so we have learned a lot today, so we don't even need to touch the bloom spawn. Now, unfortunately, it seems that our guys are gonna be out for a year yet again. Our poor Eversor has taken so much damage, but he has been absolutely instrumental here. All right, so 9 yellow bloom spawn. We are bloom seeds here. We killed the bloom spawn spreader. We did win the mission without using grenades. We received an interceptor. I don't know what rank he is. I'm assuming going to be rank 1 probably. And we have lowered the corruption here and prevented the spread. We can now take a look at a tier 2 Stormbolter, tier 1 Narthesium, power armor, servo skull, and a rank 2 Purgator. I don't think this is going to be super important. I mean, this actually has a very interesting side effect. So this gives you 2 damage on the Cybolt, which I kind of like. The Narthesium, though, has armor break, which we also like. We could do resistance or an autoloader skull. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and take that. I don't see, well, an additional 3 health is kind of nice. Plus 20% resistance, I don't think is going to be good enough. We have rank 3. Let's try and get some tier 2 armors at least. And I'm very sad that we're not getting any tier 3 melee weapons either. I mean, especially since we are at tier or rank 4 of the Grandmaster stuff. Well, regardless of that, I think we're just going to go with the 1. We'll leave that with 6 requisition remaining. And if we take a look here, so light wounds only for Gannis. So I'm imagining that at this point, the wounds are actually being tracked based on how much damage he's taken rather than damage inflicted to himself, because he definitely was very, very low. But a lot of it was self-inflicted with all the stims that we gave him, the friends on, and so on. Karn and Thule both leveled up. That's very exciting. Our Apothecary is going to be level 6, which is going to be matching Iolanthus here. And Thule, as we expected, needed that level up very quickly. Estrius is getting very close to rank 6, where we can start to spec him into the support file, discipline, and yeah, I think that's all we needed. Alrighty guys, that's going to be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please do like and subscribe. It really does help us, figure out what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and how we can improve. So, any comments, leave them down below.